and welcome to episode 71 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, don't forget to check out all of the links in the description box below. There's so many amazing things down there, such as the newsletter subscriber list if you would like to check that out. And then the link to the show notes for this episode if you want just a few detailed notes on everything that I'm about to tell you about today. That didn't make any sense, but moving forward, the show notes are really awesome. I'm going to be referencing them throughout this episode, so if you see me looking over to my right, that is what I'm looking at so that I am sure that I don't miss anything. But today is Sunday, September 19th. I cannot believe we're already over halfway through September. Time is passing by so quickly and it's absolutely insane. Life's crazy. Anyway, I have lots and lots of things to talk with you about today. No finished objects, unfortunately. I do have some that have a couple of design FOs, so that's really exciting. But other than that, no finished objects. But I do have progress on a few whips, and then, per usual, so many designs that I've been working on lately. So let's go ahead and hop into it today with some works in progress. Alrighty, my first work in progress is something that I've been working on for quite a while. I am hoping to get it done throughout the month of September, and we will see. I only have like 11 days left. That's insane. I'm gonna need to really count and see if it's even possible because I'm not so sure at this very moment. So this project is my Like a Cloud cardigan. This is a pattern by Hohi Locatelli. It's absolutely amazing. I love this pattern so much. It's so simple and straightforward, and it's just an absolute pleasure to knit. So I'm currently I have done both sleeves, so they are done. The sleeves are done. There's no border, so I don't have to worry about that, which is exciting. And I am just cruising down the body right now, trying to finish it. So I've done this much so far. I really hope I'm not losing stitches. I'm not. Yay! So I've done this much so far, which is honestly, I don't know, it's probably really close to a foot. I wish I had a ruler here, but I don't. Oh well. It's really, really close to a foot. I'm sure that length is, which is super awesome. I am working, so what I'm doing right now, I talked about last week and the previous weeks that I've mentioned in this project. I would like to have enough yarn left over to knit a pair of socks holding these two yarns together. I'm not sure that's going to happen. This is my third and final skein of each colorway, and I still have, I have not done the ribbing yet for the body, so I have to have enough yarn for that, and then I also want to make it longer than it is now, so we'll see. I think what I'm going to do is figure out how many repeats I have now, and how many I should have to get it to an appropriate length. Ideally, it would go past my bottom and my hips. That would be awesome. I want it to be long and cozy. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. And if making it that long means that I don't have any yarn left over or not enough for a full pair of socks, that's totally okay. So let's see. Let's just count how many repeats I have right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I have 26 repeats right now, or 26 ridges, technically 13 full repeats, I guess. I mean, it would be, I'm going to at least do 15. I think maybe 20 would be a good number. That would be 40 ridges. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to try it on later, and we're going to figure out how much I have to go, but I'm aiming to do a repeat a day. However, that has not happened every day this week. I have had just some other projects that have much stricter deadlines than this one little goal that I have set for myself. So I've been working very hard on those, which I'll talk more about later. So yeah, this had to be put on hold for a couple of days, and I have not worked on it. But I'm so eager to, and like I said, I just love it so much. I'm going to miss having it as a whip, I think. But the fact that I'm going to be able to wear it is going to make up for that. So I'm really excited about this project. It's just an absolute dream. So really quick, the yarn that I am using is Sorella yarn. These are two of the colorways from last year's Cozy collection, I believe they called it. This one is called On the Trail, I believe. And this is Knitflix. And then this is the mohair, oh, excuse me, this pink is the mohair base. And then the fingering is their, like standard fingering base. But, well, I just threw it. Oh, well. There we go. I got it. Anyway, so I really love this combination. It's so beautiful. It's going to match literally every single thing in my wardrobe, but stand out from everything, which is so special. I am going to love wearing this so much. Not to mention that it's going to be so warm. But yeah, I live in Alabama, so it really doesn't get that cold here in the fall and winter, but we do usually have a good couple of months when the weather is, you know, highs of 50s, maybe low 60s, and in that weather, I would definitely wear a cardigan. So I'm really excited to finish that. Here's to hoping I can get it done this month. We shall see. Okay, my next work in progress that is not a design, my September socks. So these socks are growing so well. I'm going to see if there we go. Get my shoulders back up here so that I don't miss anything. Okay, so these socks have been so much fun to work on. I finally have one done. My goal really every month is to get one sock-ish done in the first 15 days and then take the rest of the month to work on the second sock. Obviously that varies, you know, sometimes it goes a lot faster, sometimes, I guess rarely, but sometimes it does go slower. Anyway, I finally finished the first sock. Like, I actually kitchened the toe this morning, so the 19th. I'm a little behind, but that's totally okay. I'm going to spend the next 4 days working on the second sock, and it's going to be amazing. I love this pattern so much, though, and paired with this yarn. So, I'm making the Mermaid Tail socks by Callie of Needles and Life. And I just love this pattern so much. Like, seriously, I cannot say enough good things about it. I love the texture. I knit the All of the Lights cardigan by Harry Locatelli. Let's see, when did I finish that? I think it was last year. I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was last year. Anyway, I knit that recently as a sample knit for Addison over at Rubies and Roses yarn. And one of the textures in that cardigan was this, what Callie calls the mermaid tail. I don't know the technical term, but it was the same exact texture, like the same pattern. And first of all, that's totally okay. You know, it was a little bitty piece in that cardigan. It's just a standard knit pattern texture. Totally okay. You can use it for multiple designs. But anyway, as I was knitting on that cardigan, I kept thinking how much I loved that texture and how I wanted to incorporate it into a future design. I will not be doing that now, but I was still able to knit a full project using that texture. So I love it so much. It's been so much fun to work on these socks. The heel flapping gusset was really interesting. So in the past, the only type of heel flapping gusset that I have done is a slip stitch heel flapping gusset. So that is where you are slipping one, knitting one across the knit row, and then pulling back. That's just the only type of gusset that I've ever done. You know, there's nothing wrong with any other kinds. It's just the one that I have personally. It's the one I learned how to knit first, and I've just kind of stuck with it. However, in this pattern, Callie just uses the regular stockinette stitch and then frames it with garter ridges on both sides. So I really love knitting it. It was a lot of fun. It doesn't really fit different to me. It might be a little bit looser than a slip stitch heel flapping gusset, which is completely to be expected. But it is so cozy. These socks are so comfortable. I intentionally made them a little bit longer because I thought they would be super cute, like sticking out of boots in the winter. I thought that would be so cute. And my boots are all like the short style. None of them are tall. So I think it's going to work out really well. I am obsessed with these. So the yarn that I am using is Knit Picks Gloss Fingering. I believe this is the colorway Robot. And I'm going to need to weigh this. So gloss fingering is sold in 50-gram skeins, and I have two. I have a full 100 grams. I'm curious to know how much this weighs though, so I'm going to have to do that before I start the second sock. I imagine this is more than 25 grams of yarn, so this is probably going to be more like 15 to 20 grams, but it seems to be quite a decent amount of yarn, so we'll have to see. But I absolutely love this color, and gloss fingering has become one of my absolute favorite yarns. The stitch definition is just so beautiful. I will link it down below if you want to check it out, because it's absolutely amazing. So that is one of my works in progress. I am also knitting the size small, by the way, if you were curious. 56 stitches works so well for my foot. Okay, I have one more progress that I have made a little bit of work on, and that is my Tundra top by Kay of Kay Crochets. So this is a bulky weight, super bulky weight, crochet top-down raglan sweater, and here's my progress so far. So I think I mentioned last week how I modified the pattern just a little bit. I just made a bigger size so that it would be a little bit more of an oversized fit. I decided to omit the mock neck, and overall it's just going to be a little bit more of a like looser oversized fit than what the pattern was originally intended to be, which is just gonna suit my personal style a little bit better, I think. And I'm loving this project. This is another one that I have not had enough time to work on the past few days, which makes me so sad. I was kind of hoping to have it done to show, but it is so quick. Like, this is such a quick project. I, again, just have much tighter deadlines that I have been focusing on this week. But anyway, here is an up close look at it. So it uses only the single crochet in the back loop stitch, which is what gives it this beautiful, these beautiful ridges. And yeah, there's my body progress so far, and this is like 6 rows. I mean, seriously, it's insane how quickly this goes. The yarn that I'm using is We Crochet Tough Puff in the colorway Snickerdoodle. So this is a super bulky yarn, 100% wool, I believe 44 yards per 100 grams. So it's so little yarn, but at the same time, it's pretty impressive how far just one skein can go. So I'm having a lot of fun with this project. I'm going to finish the body and then decide what to do for the sleeves. I think I'm going to add like maybe 1 row and then like maybe slip stitch across or something. But I think I'm definitely going to keep it short sleeve just to give it a little bit more air, because like I said, I live in Alabama. I don't know when I'm ever going to need a 100% wool, super bulky sweater, right? But if it's more cropped and short sleeve, I definitely think I will wear it throughout the fall and winter seasons. So I'm having a lot of fun with this project. This hook is absolutely amazing. I'm using a 12mm hook in the Clover Amour line, and it is incredible. I love these hooks so very much. So I've been having a lot of fun with this project, and I am very eager, as with all of my other projects, to have some time to work on them. I've been doing so much work the past few days, and so all of my time has gone into work outside of the home, babysitting, school, and business work. So it's been absolutely insane, to say the absolute least. However, I'm hopeful for more time to get some making done. So that is it, I believe, for works in progress that aren't designs. So let's go ahead and talk about a few designs. Okay, the first design that I'm working on is one of the most exciting things ever, and that is this blanket. I am completely obsessed with this project. I stuck with my goal this week of doing, let's show you the right side, shall we? I stuck with my goal this week of doing 2 squares a day so that I could do an entire column in the work week, so Monday through Friday. I am aiming to do 2 squares a day on those days so that I can finish it within the next few weeks. And so far I've stuck to that. It's been, I don't remember if it's been 2 or 3 weeks since I started doing that. But either way, it's been quite a while. I have mohair in my mouth or something. There's really no telling at this point. But anyway, I stuck with that goal, did all 10 squares, and I'm just loving it more and more with each and every square. So I did this column this week. I actually finished off with this yellow. So I started way down here. This is more of a pink than what is actually showing up on camera. And then a navy, orange, yellow. I did these 2 in the same day. And They are so beautiful together. Actually, okay, funny story that I just have to share. I got actually a few. I'm wearing one of them. I got a few new shirts this week, which is completely random, and you probably don't want to know that, but I did. One of them is a long sleeve light blue shirt, and I wore it the day that I crocheted the square, and it was like so many things just happened to be that color that I was doing that day. It's completely random, but things like that just make me very happy when everything is cohesive and matching. I don't know. It was very, very fun. It was a very neutral day. Anyway, so I put those two together, and then this blue and brown were the same day, and then I finished off on Friday with these bright colors. So here's a little overview of what the entire blanket looks like right now. I'm still working on picking out the perfect name. I'm not sure yet. I have so many ideas, and I've been given so many ideas from other people. So yeah, I don't know. But it's a really special design, and I'm having a lot of fun working on it. So I'm using Sheep G's Katona minis for this project. Well, let's see. Actually, I should have some. Here we go. This is my big bin with all of my works in progress and bags and things like that. But anyway, here's a couple of the minis. Here's what they look like. So just super cute little 10-gram cotton. They're moisturized cotton, and they're like a sport weight. It does not say what size weight these are, and trust me, it was so hard to figure out. But if you are familiar with Knit Picks Brava Sport, it is the same exact weight as that yarn. So if you go by yardage and how many yards you get per gram, it's the same exact weight. So if you're familiar with Brava Sport, this is a great comparison. The only difference, of course, is the fiber content, and it is a cotton instead of acrylic. But super cute. I'm using 100 of them. Each square is going to use a different color. And yeah, and then I am going to have, so the kit that I got came with 109 of the minis. I'm using 100 of them for like the actual blanket, and then I'm most likely going to purchase a solid color of the same yarn and use that for a border, instead of like doing the last 9 colors in the border. I haven't decided yet. I did intentionally pick out like the most neutral colors, so it's kind of like those last 9 is like a fade from white to brown. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, I suppose. But I'm really excited about this project, and it is going very, very well. So hoping to do another column this week. We will see. But yeah, I'm really trying hard to stick with that goal. Okay, next up, design-wise, I have a couple of FOs, so let's talk about those. So I finished my sample for the Nutcracker Cowl. This is a pattern that's going to be coming out very soon. I made this in partnership with Hobie for their Christmas campaign that they are doing this month. And I just love this cowl so much. It is so beautiful. I love all of the colors. It's really pretty to wear as like a big long infinity scarf like this, but you could also double wrap it like this and get all of the colors. So I just think it is so beautiful. I love this so much. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So I'm really excited to release this pattern. It's going to be coming out at the very end of September. And yeah, I'm doing a lot of work on it this weekend, so it is almost ready to go. But yeah, I used Hobie Unicorn Solid for this in 3 colors. So this gray is called Light Gray, and then this is Seafoam, and then this one is called Cerise. So it's inspired by the Nutcracker Ballet. Features a really pretty, simple lace detail. It's so pretty. I love it very, very much. So I'm really excited with how that turned out. And definitely stay tuned for that pattern release because it's really exciting. I really love this pattern. So there is that. And then also I finished my second pair of crochet socks. So I spent hours, guys. Like, I really don't even want to know how many hours because it's been a lot. But I made a full video tutorial for how to crochet a sock. So I took you through from the very beginning of the cuff all the way to finishing the toe and the afterthought heel. And then I made a separate video for the afterthought heel and setup. So both of those tutorials are going to go live when the pattern is released, and the pattern is now with testers. So that was the reason that I did all of that filming. I wanted to have both of those tutorials ready so that my testers could use them if needed, and so the pattern was, you know, as done as it could possibly be before testers. So anyway, I spent so much time doing that, but it made me have a pair of finished socks, which is super exciting. So this is my second pair. Again, this pattern is going to be coming out soon, at the beginning of October is what I'm hoping for right now. Fingers crossed, of course. And then this yarn is Knit Picks Hawthorne in the colorway Burlingame. It is so beautiful. I love this colorway so very much. I've had it in my stash for a little bit, just waiting for the perfect socks, and these were them. And it's so, so pretty. So I love these so much. Definitely stay tuned for that pattern. It is coming out very, very soon. I could not be happier about it, and crochet socks as a whole are just so, so fun. So anyway, there is that project. Let's see what other design I am working on. I cannot talk today, although, let's be honest, can I ever talk? No, not really. Okay, I have one sock that I meant to share last week and completely forgot. So let's share it this week. So I have a new sock pattern coming out very soon, a knit sock pattern. It's super simple and beginner friendly. I've knit one pair and I'm working on the second pair so that I can have 2 examples of what the pattern looks like with different yarns. And here is the start of my second sample. So I have finished the leg, I believe. I haven't placed the yarn for the afterthought heel yet, and I need to count and make sure I have. But I'm pretty sure the leg is done. This is the texture. So beautiful. I really love the way that it looks. And I'm using Knit Picks Stroll Tweed in the colorway Earl Grey Heather. So I love how beautiful and simplistic this color is. It's my favorite gray. So yeah, just working on this second pair of socks, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's a really nice project to have on the go. Super simple and straightforward design. I'm really looking forward to releasing it, like I said, very soon. I'm hoping before the end of the month, but we're just gonna have to see. I might wait until October. I haven't decided yet, but either way, it's going great, and I'm eager to release it so that you guys can make yourself a pair as well. Okay, I have one more, I think just one. Yeah, one more design to talk about, and that is my cardigan design. Oh man, you guys, I love this project so much. It makes me so happy. So here is what it looks like right now. I have the body completely finished. I need to add the border, which is super simple. I think it's only going to be 1 round. That could change, but I'm pretty sure it's only going to be 1 round. And then I have to add the sleeves. But other than that, the body itself is done. What is happening? Okay, here we go. Here is what it currently looks like. Is this the right side? I seamed it, turned it the right way, and then I think it got flipped around again in the project bag. Okay, here is the right side. There's really not that big of a difference, but it's a little difference, I suppose. Okay, and here is what it currently looks like. So it's a little bit wrinkled because, like I said, it has been in the project bag. I'm actually just going to put it on because I really want you guys to see this. I'm so excited about this design. So the texture is absolutely gorgeous. I love this stitch pattern so much. And then, of course, the fit is going to be oversized and cozy. The length on me goes past my bottom barely, so it's a really good length. And then, of course, it's going to look good with, like, leggings and a t-shirt or jeans and a t-shirt. It would even look cute with the dress, I think. So pretty. And then the sleeves, as you can see, are going to have a few inches of good positive ease as well. Yeah, it's amazing. I've been having so much fun working on this. It was my goal this week to get the body done, and I did that. And I'm very, very happy. So I am hoping to finish it this week. That's my goal. We'll see if I can do that. But I would really love to finish it and get that tester call out there because I can't wait for the testing process to begin on this cardigan. Yeah, it's really amazing. I'm super excited about it. So really quick, the yarn that I'm using City Tweed Crochet. City Tweed DK in the Arbor Seal color. So it's a really pretty gray. And of course, I love all of the Tweety Flex. And yeah, I've had a blast working on it. So that is all. That is all of the designs that I am working on, all of the uni things to share in this episode. I do have a devotion and, of course, a little bit of a life update. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So for devotional this week, I wanted to talk about a song. Now, this is something that I have done a few times before and something that I will continue to do on a regular basis, I'm sure. Worship music and just listening to worship songs is one of my favorite things to glorify God and to constantly surround myself with Him, because it's an easy way to do it. You know, just turn on some music, and I do it. I listen to music while I'm cleaning or cooking or baking, or even lately when I have been I babysit 2 girls throughout the week, and I have put on some music while I've pushed them in swings, and now they ask for it, and it's just the sweetest thing. So I absolutely love listening to worship music all of the time. But one song in particular that I have been listening to recently is called Jesus Happened. It's a song by Ann Wilson. I believe it's pretty new, but I don't know the actual date of when it came out. But basically in that song, she's talking about how when she accepted Jesus into her heart, people around her started to notice a difference. And if you listen to the song, which I highly recommend that you do, I'll put a link down below or in the show notes, but if you listen to the song, you'll catch on to that pretty quickly. You'll notice that when she accepted Christ into her heart, it completely changed her life, and then other people started to notice just because of the way that she acted and how she held herself and treated others. It was just very evident that something was different. And to them, like, the people who would ask her would say, what happened? You know, why are you acting like this? And her best answer, again, taking words from the song, is Jesus happened and how He came into her life. And I think it's such a beautiful way of telling that story, but it's also a really powerful reminder of how we as Christians should act. You know, we are not over or better or held to a higher standard necessarily than anybody else, but people should see a difference. It should just be a good difference. We should be sharing Jesus' love and His light and His grace and compassion and mercy and how good He is to us with everybody that we come in contact with. And I think having the opportunity to do that is hard at times. Like, it's not always easy to treat others how we think Jesus would treat them. It's really hard at times, especially if other people do something to hurt us, or if there's just something about that person that we don't necessarily care for. That's not a reason to treat them differently or to treat them how Jesus wouldn't treat them. And so I think it's really important to just constantly remind yourself that we are called to be a light in a really dark world and to show His goodness and His mercy with everybody that we come in contact with. And I think the more and more that we surround ourselves with people that are also have that same calling, or also Christians, and then constantly listen to worship music and surround yourself with the Word and with God, and, you know, pray and ask Him for help and guidance. I believe the more and more that we do that, the more we will be able to actually make a difference in other people's life. And like I said, that's one of the most beautiful opportunities that we can have in this world. So I just encourage you to be encouraged by that today, and to be enlightened by that, and to just take that and be inspired by it, and then take it for the rest of the week and just try to show God's light wherever you go. Because like I said, it's a dark world, and there is a lot of hurt and a lot of pain going on in this world. And you know, there might not be something huge that I myself can do about it, but I can pray and I can be that light, and I can show compassion to everybody that I come in contact with. And while not easy all the time, it is so worth it, and such a small piece of the puzzle. So I just encourage you to try to do that this week, and we can all encourage one another as well. So in that note, life update, it's just been crazy. I mean, I could probably just end the podcast there. It's been crazy. Bye. I'm not going to do that, though. No, it's been a good week. It's been School has been pretty crazy. I have a lot of just deadlines coming up. I have my first big speech due for my speech class coming up, which is a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It's cool, like it's fun. I've had fun researching, and it's an informative speech, by the way. So we have multiple throughout the year, but the first is informative speech. And so it's very factual, and you have to research and make sure all of your sources and words and quotes and all of that jazz is credible. Yeah, it is a lot of work for sure, but I am still ahead, which is a really good feeling, and it's really nice to be able to come home after a really long morning of work and just, still work hard on school, but not have to stress as much because a lot of the deadlines are already done. So that's been really nice. Like I said, I still have a lot of work to do. It's a big semester with tons of stuff to do and to get done, but it's been a good one so far, and I'm really grateful for that. Let's see what else has happened. Not a ton. Oh, one super exciting thing. I ordered a new computer. I'm so excited about it. This has been something that I've been planning to do for a really long time. And just a lot of logistics have to go into it. What I use a computer for is not what most people my age use a computer for. So it's just it has to be able to edit videos and upload, and it's just pricey. We'll leave it at that. To have a computer with those standards is pricey, but anyway, luckily I just, doors opened up to where I was able to get one, and I'm so thankful for that. So that should be coming later this week. The computer right next to me still works. It's just broken and it can't close, and that is frustrating. So I can't take it anywhere, which is a problem when all of your classes are online and you're going to have to be portable at some point. So anyway, it's a really big deal, but I'm really excited about it. And yeah, it's been a good week. So I'm hoping for another good week coming up week. That did not make any sense. I'm hoping this next week is good as well. Leave it at that. My dad will be going out of town for a couple weeks, which rarely ever happens. So that's going to be different. Yeah, anyway. Lots of stuff happening. Life's crazy as usual, but it's also been really good. So always look at the bright side. Always try to find those little bitty things to be happy and joyful about and to keep you going. Because trust me, sometimes they can be a little bit hard to find, but there's always something. So don't take anything for granted, for sure. I hope you have enjoyed this week's episode 71. Lots of things to work on, and I'm so excited about all of them. So I hope that you are having an amazing week and that you continue to have an awesome week filled with so much making and knitting and crocheting or whatever else you might get up to. I hope that you are successful and have a wonderful rest of your week. I will catch you guys next time. Until then, happy making. Bye.